Okay, oh my gosh. I can't believe I spilled that everywhere.
What a way to start.
I know.
Spilled coffee.
Now what are we doing? Now I'm taking screenshots. Okay. We're just here, rocking and rolling.
Rocking and rolling, little miss. I'm trying to not wish that I was different than how I am.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is that I struggle with that because I wish that I could wake up at 4 a.m.
Mm.
like you.
Well, some people just aren't morning people.
I'm not a wake up person.
Yeah.
I don't think it has to do, like, maybe that means me being a morning person. I spent years working on being somebody who wasn't grouchy in the morning.
Mm.
Because I remember I used to wake up and just be like, because I hated waking up and I'd be so miserable.
Yeah.
And it would just be like, well, I'm not a morning person. And people would just know you don't talk to Julie. And it's not that I was like, I didn't think that I was mean in the morning. It's
Yeah.
just that everything that I said sounded mean because it just came out like because it took me a while to wake up. It took me a while to like get going. And so
Yeah.
people would just be like, well, we just don't talk to you in the morning because we know how you are. So I worked really hard to not be
Mm.
like that, to make sure that I'm not coming off as like a mean person, making sure, but I still struggle with the waking up part.
You know what? Like, this is bringing me back flashbacks of actually like being at your house in the morning when you would wake up. And you know what I think is it's like it was more you weren't showing up for the room with the amount of energy people were used to. And so it can come off more as like, oh, you're being a bee or like not being nice. But it's really like you would always respond to people. You were just very like direct in your response. And you could tell on your face, like, I'm not awake yet. I don't feel like talking. Like, if you talk to me, I will acknowledge you. Or if I hit my limit, I'll like you would say something like, I'm not up yet. And like this is something
That's
that
so funny that you remember this.
I think it's wild that I even remember. But like I think it resonates with me a lot because when you're someone who does show up for the room so strongly, like you show up for people, like to make them feel good, to make sure everyone's doing well, or like just to be happy energy, whatever the thing is, then when you don't show up at that level, it almost seems like more rude or mean to people
It throws
than it
people
actually
off.
is. Like
It
maybe I'm just not smiling in this moment or going out of my way to talk to you. It doesn't mean, you know,
doesn't mean what it is. It doesn't mean that I'm like mad at you. It just means
yeah,
that like I'm processing my body right now. I'm
maybe
working
I
on
need me right now.
I'm working on myself right
Yeah,
now, so I don't have time to like worry about you before I worry about me. I got to
yeah.
wake my body up, and then I can worry about everybody else and make sure that you're okay and make sure that you're doing good. But until then, I got to be up. But here we go, because I'm a little late. We brought the whole French
Love
press into the
it.
room, guys.
Don't
So
spill your coffee like I did this morning. I am so impressed that we actually got up and are doing this morning. And I think we'll just have to try to find it's just so hard with schedules, like to try to find a good time to chat. And I hate
yeah.
that life is that way. But if it's not mornings, like we'll just find another. We'll figure it out. We'll keep figuring it out.
We're going to figure it out, and I'm not worried about it. And I'm glad that we're here today, though. And
Yeah.
I'm actually really sorry that you have to go to work.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't. You
Oh,
have
I'm
today
hanging
off.
out at the salon all day. I'm
Oh,
getting
that's
nice hair done.
right. Oh my gosh, what a big day.
I know. And I'm like, is Hannah gonna kill me that I'm riding my motorcycle there? And you know how like hairstylists always post those reels of like you do their hair and then they throw it up in a ponytail as they walk out? I'm probably gonna tell her like,
You
don't worry about
actually have
styling
to
it.
make that real.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna tell her like you need to make this real, but don't worry about styling my hair. You know, like I don't want her to put in the work
What
just for me
you
to throw on
also
my
need to
helmet.
do is tell her to don't tell her you're showing up on the motorcycle and see if she can be out recording you driving up.
Oh, that would be funny. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because that would be a good,
Yeah. Or
like,
she could like go down the block a little bit and record me leaving and
yeah.
use it as like a coming. Yeah, that's a good idea. Like when your client shows. Oh,
But
goodness.
I think, doing so good at being intentional with my time. I mean, I think I sometimes struggle to, because I've been recording the journey on TikTok, if anybody would like to follow along. But
Did I know this? I don't think
I don't
I'm
know
never on
if I
TikTok, but
even
I'm
told
gonna
you.
go
So
find it.
this is the
Yeah.
whole like in a couple. I'm about to be 43, folks, and I'm doing 43 days before I turn 43. And the big things that I'm working on is, I mean, just overall, just being more intentional with my time. So, like, the main points, though, too, I guess just being more intentional is what it is, because I'm not doing excessive purchases or just like the dooms scrolling
Hmm.
typically on Amazon and just buying the things that I don't need. And it came to light because I am moving and I realized how much stuff I have and how much
Hmm.
stupid stuff I have and how that stuff used to be money and how that money used to be my time.
Yeah.
And so, like, the correlation of all of those things together has been really, it's a lot when you think about your life like that. And so, I'm working 43 days before I turn 43 to be more intentional with my time, as far as I'm not just like messing around on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. And I'm not playing, I was getting to a point where I was playing games too often and it just wasted, my evening
Yeah.
away. And so when you feel like you don't have a lot of time to begin with, because your life is so busy, because you work two jobs, then and the extra things that you're doing. So I don't want to just like waste what free time I do have playing a
Yeah.
stupid game that might be good for my brain because it's like a word puzzle game, but still it's just stupid. I'm not doom scrolling, and there was something else that I can't think of. I should be better at remembering exactly what the stuff is that I'm doing. But the big thing is I'm being more intentional with my time. And I think that because of that, I've I've been doing a good job of protecting my peace.
I love that.
It's been awesome. So I recommend anybody to do something along those lines, because it almost feels like I have more time in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what the third thing is that I've been failing at drastically: waking up with intention.
Mhm.
Because I often set my alarm clock and then press snooze more than a handful of times. And aside from knowing that that's not good for you, because it slows the waking up, it's not good for your brain.
Mhm.
I have struggled with getting up, like we were talking about. So it's been going really good.
I love that. Um, the thing I love most about that is so many people I see like be in this space of if I want to be my a better version of myself, or if I want to really change all of the things I have to do,
Mhm.
versus realizing like the game changer is not necessarily doing more, it's actually in the doing less.
Mhm.
Because the stuff that you want to do more of is naturally going to creep up and happen when you have more space to be able to do it. And so I had never heard of that before, like the 43 before 43, like that concept, but I absolutely love it because
Well,
some
see,
of it is
I
like,
never heard of it before because I made it up.
oh,
I
you made
mean,
it up.
I
Oh,
just
so what is
decided.
this called?
I mean, I'm sure there's someone out there that's doing something like this, but I just decided
Yeah,
that because of the 43 day, like because I'm turning 43, I'm
yeah,
going to take 43 days before I turn 43 and like get rid of the stuff. Because to your point, like some of the stuff to get more time, to get more peace, it isn't doing more things, it's doing less
lots.
things.
Yeah,
And so, what are the things in my life that what are the habits that I want to change? What are the things that I am doing that I don't want to be doing? And I'm
yeah,
going to consciously work on not doing those things.
yeah.
And then I'm going to take a brief little hiatus when we go to Key West and for my birthday. And then stay tuned for 43 days after I turn 43
Love
years.
it. Love
And,
it.
we'll keep this process going.
That is so fun. I've been
But I
well,
recommend you doing it. I mean, what are you? Little 30 something before 30, you too
yeah, I
could
could
do
do
it. It's coming right up.
36 before 36.
I
I'm
mean,
totally
you would
gonna do it.
probably have to start today because it's almost your birthday. But
Oh my
do it.
gosh. Well, no, April 29th. So in March. Yeah, because my birthday's April 29th, so I
Oh,
would
because it's
have to
the end of
start.
April. Right. Yeah.
Um,
And just make it manageable. Cause like, so that's like, it's hard for me. I think what I was starting to say is like it's hard for me to be like I've been doing so good because especially when you have the accountability of
mhm.
I'm posting this on TikTok, or you have the accountability of another person. I have my husband who is like, I see that you bought something on Amazon. Like you have
Yeah.
that accountability. It's hard to for me to be proud of the work that I've done because I've also failed. And that's the reality of life, I think. Like I haven't gotten this perfect, and I'm realizing that that's not the point. The point
Mhm.
isn't to be perfect about it. The point isn't to, it's not like um it's not like the intention was to, I guess, quit drinking because I had a problem. It's not like the intention was to quit smoking because I didn't want to smoke a cigarette again for the rest of my life. The intention was to create more peace, to be more
Mhm.
intentional with my time. And I don't know, do you have any like thoughts around being proud of yourself even though you haven't completely fulfilled perfectly what you've done, where it's like
Yeah.
in the world that we live in, people so often want to point out the one thing that you didn't do
Mhm.
right, but yet you want to be over here and be like, look at all of the things though that I did that were good. Or in my case, where I'm trying to be more intentional and I'm feeling that I am being more intentional. And
Yeah.
then on top of that, you also need accountability. So I'm not trying to like take, I'm happy my husband made a comment. I need that accountability, but yet how do we become less of the people who are nitpicking someone and saying, well, you didn't do it all, so sorry, versus more of the people that can be cheering on everyone
Mhm.
and being excited, or even me being at a point where I can feel like I can be excited about the progress I made, even though I haven't been perfect with it.
Yeah.
you know?
Well, for me, it's like, what is your actual measure of success? And when we can have it be like measuring our momentum over just a mere achievement, that's the game changer, right? I think it's like there is no such thing as a perfect plan. Everything is simply a stepping stone to get you to where you're going. And I think that's where we mess it up in our mind, where it's like that expectancy that for me to be doing well means that I'm doing it perfectly. Like I'm not missing a beat. Like suddenly now that I have this 43 before 43 plan, like I'm going to like I'm intentional, I'm motivated, like it's going to be easy for me to wake up in the morning. Now, no, it's not going to suddenly be easy for us to wake up in the morning. It's like
43 years, it
I,
hasn't been easy.
yeah,
Now in
exactly.
43
And
days,
me,
I'm
like,
gonna.
I woke up one day and I was like, I'm gonna be a runner. Like, your girl is not a runner yet, but like, so for me, like, personally, um, it's about like measure, like for me, how I'm showing up. And also, like, how I'm responding to myself when I mess up. For me, that's the game changer of like, am I actually being successful with this or not? Because we're so wired to think like, oh, I can celebrate once I hit like the end of the 43 days and I've done it perfectly and I feel like they're new habits. Like that makes it worthy of celebration versus being like, you know what? I accidentally still bought that thing on Amazon. Am I responding to myself in a way of like love, but also accountability of like maybe return it? I get why you did that, but it's okay? Or am I responding to myself in a way where it's like, see, you're still buying stuff. Like you're not doing the plan. Like why did you buy that? Right? There's two very different responses, and for me, and the place that I'm at in life is I am measuring whether or not I feel successful based off how I feel about it, how I feel about myself in the moment, and how I'm able to like self course correct along the way because I'm gonna mess up. It's inevitable, you know, and with this whole running journey that I've started, it's just like I realized like I can't do it in the morning. I'm exhausted all freaking day if I run in the morning. I am not someone where exercise is exciting or energizing. Endorphins that they say happen, I have yet to experience. Like it's not something that helps support me my day if I get up and I do that level of exercise. So instead of me fighting to be her, I'm like, okay, maybe I do need my slower morning, my quiet time. And then how can I hold myself accountable to like incorporate it on like a lunch break or right after work before I get home and everything, you know, starts happening. And for me, that's been really healing to not try to fit a mold, but to say like, okay, this is something that I want. I'm not the problem that has to change. I just maybe haven't found what works for me yet. So I'm going to keep trying. And it keeping it that simple and realizing like it's all stepping stones to get me to the achievement, but still I'm showing up. I'm trying different things, trying different ways. And so that's been cool, like learning experience for me. And I also read somewhere, this may be like total like hogwash, but I read some article, it seemed legitimate. And then I saw a couple other things online about it where a lot of women biologically, our bodies aren't wired to experience that much exercise and stress first thing in the morning.
Mhm.
And to me, obviously, it resonated because it wasn't
You were like,
working
this
for
is
me. And I was like, yes, this is it. And this may not be for everybody, but for me, it was even sometimes we need that confirmation of like, okay, maybe like this isn't the route for me. Like maybe
it.
I am one of those people where biologically this actually doesn't work. So I'm fighting against a lot more than just a motivational mindset, like forcing myself to do it.
Yeah.
Like this is should be something that I learn to enjoy and want to do and even look forward to. Um,
I
so
I
yeah,
really love, well, first of all, congratulations to
thank
be
you.
working on a goal of running, and you have your first race signed
St.
up.
Patty's race, yes. And
That'll
so
be
that's
and that'll be a fun one
yeah, it's
too.
gonna be
You
fun.
know.
It's a 5K and I have more than enough time to be able to at least run, I would say like majority of it, even if I have to walk some. I'm not gonna press
Those
it,
are
but I'm
those
just
are
like, you know what,
hard.
I'm just gonna sign up for it because I need some sort of like some sort of goal, like thing that I'm working towards to stick
Yeah.
with it and not get in like, because it is easy to be like, well, what does this matter? Like, why am I doing this? I could just try another form of exercise. But no, for some reason, I just want to prove to myself that I can do this hard thing. I can
Good.
run. So,
So
yeah, stay
prove.
tuned for that.
So prove
Yeah,
it.
it's to prove to
I
myself,
love
like,
it.
yeah.
And it's good to push yourself. It really is. And I really like what you said about my eyelashes are a mess. I really like what you said about like all of the things that we're like learning and doing and pushing ourselves to do. It's stepping stones.
Mm-hmm.
It's not I'm here, I'm trying to get here. Like we've been so wired to live and to
Yeah.
and to conduct our lives is to be from point A to point B, and it really it's you're working to the next stepping stone.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't mean you don't push yourself. That doesn't mean you don't try to do hard things. That doesn't mean that you don't try to better yourself every day, but to realize that it's about getting just even to the next space, the next
Mm-hmm.
room, the next those stepping stones don't necessarily mean like these big
Massive
extravagant.
changes. Yeah.
Right. It's just like the next space so that you can then be more prepared for the next one, for the next one. And it really, the other thing that it reminds me of is the conversation that I had with my dad earlier this week. And I forget the context of the conversation, but my dad said, Julie, life is a journey,
Mm-hmm.
and you just got to figure out a way to enjoy the journey.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about, life isn't about getting to the end.
Yeah.
We're not I mean we are getting to the end. We're all I mean that's the only
Yeah.
certainty in life is that we're all going to find the end. But that it's about the journey of it all.
Yeah.
It's about getting to those stepping stones. It's about pushing yourself at different aspects in different areas. It's about the day went terrible. You woke up late. Maybe I was explaining to him like something that had happened where it was just like I was not feeling like everything was going great. And it's just like, how do you handle yourself on those days? Because
Mm-hmm.
it's really easy to be able to be like, I love the journey. Life is great. Things are going good. When you're on vacation, when your
Mm-hmm.
job's going well, when, you know, your family's not causing you troubles, when there's any number of things listed. When life is going good and things are looking up, it's easy to enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
But how many of you how like can you enjoy the journey when life sucks?
Yeah.
When things happen that are out of your control, how can you enjoy the journey? When even just, you spilled coffee on yourself today. It's a really little thing, but what'd you do? You laughed about it. You're like, whatever, this is part of it.
Yeah.
It's learning how, I think like the real like key is it's learning how to enjoy life. Like life is about learning how to enjoy it when shit's not going good.
Yeah. The game changer for me has been to just learn to laugh at myself. Like
Yeah.
when I do something like spill my coffee over everything right before we're supposed to get together and do this, like at one point that would have bothered me so bad. I would have just been so frustrated in such a mood. But like now, like my immediate reaction is to laugh at myself
Because
because
what are
it's
you gonna
just
do?
funny. Like, what am I gonna do? It happened. I'm clumsy. Like, I just am, right? And like, the more that I've learned to laugh at myself and laugh at life when it doesn't go according to plan, and not in some like delusional way, but just in a like, you know what? Like, everything is gonna work out, and that's what I'm gonna stand on and believe. And the way that I've learned to start to enjoy the journey is when things are hard or when things don't go according to plan, I'm like, this actually is a part of the plan. What can this teach me?
Yeah.
right? Like, because if I'm not learning, if I'm not growing,
How
then
can you
I'm really
grow?
not moving forward
Yeah.
anyway. So it's like, how can I grow from this? Like, what is this actually teaching me? And realize that it's part of the plan. It's not the plan messing up. It's not me failing again. It's showing up because there's something that I can learn from it that's actually going to help me and my future self be free from it.
That's
Right?
going to make you get to the next stepping stone so that
Yeah,
you're able to handle the next catastrophe that
exactly.
happens. And I'm not trying to be like this, like dooms person here, but like things that are awful
It's
are going
hard.
to happen. Life
Yeah.
is hard. And I'm not trying to just be like, have a good attitude and you're going to be okay. Like, I'm not trying to like, life is hard and you can cry
Yeah.
and you can be sad. I'm not saying that you can't experience all of the emotions of life. And I'm not saying that it just has to be enjoyable. You know, you don't have to just go around being like, life is great. You don't, I'm not, I'm not pushing that aspect of it, but I'm trying to help you figure out how to be able to be okay with that. You know,
Yeah.
don't let those the things can derail you
Hmm.
and your life can blow up, and I can assure you that when shit hit the fan in my life, I wasn't in a space of being like life is good. And
Yeah.
so that's not what we're saying, but what we're saying is you can find those little joys and those little pleasures throughout those hard days. You can decide to buckle down and be like, "You know what? Life is really terrible right now and all of this stuff that I didn't pick got thrown at me, and you know
Hmm.
what I'm going to do about it? I'm going to learn how to handle disappointment. And I
Hmm.
am going to learn how to grow despite life being
Hmm.
difficult. I'm not going to choose to take the easy route and just be angry and mad and unhappy and blame everybody else for the fact that my life is miserable, even if it's a result of other people's choices. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Like, you have a choice to control yourself. You have a choice to control how you react and how you respond to life.
Hmm.
And you can choose to use the hard parts of life as a stepping stone so that in any number of days, weeks, months, or years, you can say, look at how far I've come. I'm glad I put the work in to do that. I'm so
Yeah.
happy I made it to this stepping stone where I can now look back and be thankful for all of the work that I put myself
Hmm.
through. And so I feel like saying that life is enjoyable, we're not trying, to your point, you're not just like laughing
Like I'm
like
not
a
having a
crazy
blast as
person.
like hits the fan or my life's burning down or the rug's dragged from under
You're
me.
not like
No.
delusionally laughing. That's
No,
not
but
what
I
we're
think it
talking
comes
about.
it comes down to like if we're able to truly build a deep belief within ourselves that everything is going to be okay, that the best possible outcome is possible for me, when you're able to get yourself to that place, it's a lot easier to roll with the punches. It's a
Mhm.
lot easier to get a little sneak a little laugh in here or there to be like, okay, like I because you have this curiosity and wonder of like, okay, it's getting harder. Plot twist. Can't wait to see how this one works out, right? Like you're like you just
Can't wait to get to the end of this chapter and
yeah, like
see what.
you get to this place because nothing is going to last forever, right? And nothing is like no matter how hard or how good it is. And I think for me, I've just been in this place of like realizing that what we believe, what we think, what we speak to ourselves, especially in those really hard moments, is what's paving the path for what happens next. And
Mm.
we can do all of the right things externally. We could be showing up, trying, but we're going to keep falling into cycles and patterns we don't want to be in. We're going to keep experiencing the same things over and over again, keep attracting the same type of people into our life, all of those things. If we don't make those shifts internally of what I believe is possible for me, who I believe I am and I'm going to be, and like speaking that and thinking that over ourselves regularly, that to me is the game changer. And I've been looking at my own life where I went through seasons where I felt like I missed out because I hadn't built myself up to a place yet where I could believe that anything good could come out of the situation I was in. I didn't believe anything good could happen with me anymore. I felt used up, like washed
And
up goods.
and just because you don't know what the good is that will come of that situation, like does it, like God will bring good
Yeah,
to you. So
yeah,
like you can't, in our brains we can't even comprehend sometimes, like what you're saying, like you've been
yeah.
through some really terrible times that you're like, how can this be good? How
Mhm.
can there be anything positive that comes from this? Or even how can I survive this even
Yeah,
at times? But like what we have to know, it's not up for us to come up with what the good is that's going to come from that.
yeah.
We just have to trust that there will be good from it.
It's
We
putting hope in your future.
Yeah.
Like my tattoo literally is hope, and it's hold on, pain ends. Like for me, that's carried me through some really, really tough times. And I realized that what I'm believing, if I'm able to put hope in my future, and sometimes that hurts,
Mhm.
right? Like sometimes you're in so much pain to believe the thought of experiencing good again, or the fear of like experiencing it and losing it again feels like too much, and I get it. So even
The
if it's like
thought
as
of
small
even
as like,
thinking about the future
oh,
is
it's
it's like
overwhelming. You're like, how could
you
I
can't even
even?
think about that day
Yeah,
making it through, let alone the next day, week, month, or year. So it's like, yeah.
yeah. But like the great part is like we don't have to. You get to just wake up and just speak life into yourself. Say, I am brave, I am strong, I am resilient, I can do this, I do hard things, I love myself, I am beautiful, I am capable. You say all the things, even if sometimes you feel like you're lying to yourself because you're like, that's not who I am, that's not how I feel about myself. You keep saying it because then you're creating those new neural pathways in your brain that it's going to start to become actually who you are. You're going to actually start believing that and feeling that and showing up as her. And those for me are the moments that get you to a place where you're able to laugh at the hard stuff, get you to the place where you're able to measure momentum over achievement. You're able to view stuff as stepping stones, right? You're able to finally let go of perfectionism and control and fear and just say, life is hard. It's not necessarily harder for me than it is someone else. I'm just seeing my experience and feeling my experience. I'm not feeling yours to know what yours is like, right? And I think like that comparison game is like a
Well,
big trap too.
it's a huge trap. And it
Yeah.
was even something that when you were talking about like how you can't, like just like waking up and running first thing in the morning, like just takes it out of you for the day.
Yeah.
It's like, along with all of what we're talking about, you we can't just say, I can tell you what worked for me. I can tell you whether it comes to running or whether it comes to, changing having a mind shift or getting through the hard times. You can do the same thing. You can talk about all of the things that you did that got you to where you are today. Anybody in the world can do that. We can share our stories, but each journey, each person is gonna be different. So you have to remember, you can't just be like, okay, well, this is exactly what Julie did. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna do this, this, and this, because it's
Yeah.
not gonna work for you. What you need to do is find those things that maybe some of what I did will work, some of what Christina did will work for you, some of what someone else will work for you, and then you will also come up with some things that you're just like, you know what, this is a hard pass. I can't wake up and do this first thing in the morning, or I can't wait until the end of the day to process the day and journal it. I have to wake up and journal yesterday first thing in the morning to let all that
Mhm.
go. Everybody's going to have a different route or a different way. We can't sit here. I guess what I'm trying to say is like, we could sit here and say, here's the 10-step program to getting through it, and do all 10 of these steps, and you're going to be fine. And because that worked for me, or because some of that worked for Christina, doesn't mean that every single one of those things is what you have to do. Am I making any sense there?
Yeah, good point. I
I'm
got
not
distracted because
saying
you
it.
keep calling me Christina, and I'm like, that's so weird to hear you call me Christina.
I know. Sorry.
It's fine. I was like, wait, what is happening? No, I love it. I think it's like that's part of the journey. I think again, it's not about perfectionism or a formula.
It's about figuring out what works for you, and
Yeah, and that
get
is so
ideas from
often.
people who have been through it. Like you don't take advice from somebody who, you don't take nutrition advice from somebody who obviously, knows nothing about nutrition. You
Mhm.
don't take working out advice from somebody who doesn't work out.
Yeah.
So take advice from people who have been through some of the stuff that you have gone through, because they're going to know what worked for them. They're going to have ideas. They're going to, I mean,
Mhm.
so it's not just saying like you can't listen to anybody. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's not just a simple program that you can plug and play your life into that program that somebody else did, because everybody's different, and not everything that worked for one person is going to work for another. There's going to be some of it that you're going to be like,
Yeah, like thoughts are that. And I hit such a good point because when we're in the process or in a season where we are trying new things or we're ready to level up in the next version of ourselves, it can feel so defeating because it's often process of elimination. You usually go through a lot of what doesn't work for you before you find the thing. Like this is it. This actually works for me. And I think it's such a good point of it's like take bits and pieces of advice or different stuff that people try it for you, but realize like if it doesn't work for you, like me in the morning, just because it doesn't work for me running in the morning and it feels impossible to run any other time of the day doesn't mean I can no longer be a runner. It just means like, oh, I found another way. It doesn't work for me. I have to try something else. I'm going to keep trying something else until I find that thing that fits my life in this season. And we have to be able to give ourselves grace. We, I am not the problem. You are not the problem when something's not working. It's just that shift maybe that needs to happen. Maybe it worked for you in the past. Let's pretend that running in the morning used to work for me, but all of a sudden life changed or my body changed or whatever, and it's no longer working. It doesn't mean I'm suddenly a failure or I'm unmotivated or depressed. Like maybe I just have to reevaluate and say, all right, like this is not working for you anymore to run in the morning. Let's try to see what will work for you. And it's
yeah,
shifting from this place of I'm on Kina's side. I'm not here to be Kina's critic or drill sergeant or accountability partner in a harsh way. I'm not here to whip myself into shape to be better. Like I'm here to say like I got you, girl. Like we have a goal, but let's do it. Let's do it together. Like what do you need? Like that self-encouragement is what we need more than anything. And when we're able to laugh that we can't be a morning runner because now I'm yawning in like conference rooms and
at your
meetings I'm supposed to be running and I'm
10
just like
a.m. meeting.
and I can't even think straight like and then I end up telling everyone I'm trying to be a runner and I ran this morning like it just then everyone got a laugh and it actually was like a good thing but like it's I'm on Kina's side
Yeah,
like I'm the girl
I
who
am
got me.
too. I am too. Yeah.
Thanks. you know but like for me that used to be so hard and sometimes it is hard because I want to be the best that I can be.
Hmm.
And that can be a very positive thing. It also can be a very not positive thing, unpositive, however you would say that thing,
Negative.
negative. There's a specific word for that. It also can be a very negative thing when you are so adamant on being the best you can be, because sometimes then you miss out on the best version of you now.
Yeah.
And
And
I've been
life's a
trying
journey. We're not about getting
journey.
just to the
Like
next point. What we're
exactly.
doing is we're like every day being thankful. Hey, look at what I've done.
Mhm.
And loving yourself right now.
Right now, as I am, like, and the thing that I've been thinking a lot too
Not
is I'm never
critiquing.
going to experience this version of me ever again. So
Yeah.
is there at least like one thing about myself that I can really like love and be like, she's so cool, she's so badass, or like even just if I don't have anything, like just proud of myself that I care to be better, that I
Yeah.
want different, that takes courage to be able
You
to
know
say
what?
to
That's
yourself,
really
I want
good. I
different
want
in
to
my
hold on to that. Even if I can't think of anything right now that I can be proud of about myself, I'm proud of the fact that I want to be better.
yeah.
And
That's
that's
huge.
enough.
We discount that feeling and desire a lot, especially if we're not showing up like making forward momentum in it. But not everybody has that desire.
Yeah.
Like some people have either just settled and aren't even trying, or they legit don't care,
Yeah.
right? So it's a big deal to even just want better for yourself.
Yeah.
And not and it doesn't have to, you don't have to feel guilty as in I'm saying what I have isn't good enough. No, like that don't have to explain wanting better,
Mm.
because you deserve better, right? And when we get to that place where we look ourselves in the mirror and be like, I'm so proud of you for believing that you deserve better, for wanting more for yourself, no matter how much it hurts, because no matter how much maybe you're disappointed with where things are at in life, like all the stuff that's been outside of your control that you have gotten you here, but you're like, you know what? I'm tearing up because I'm
I
thinking
feel
about a past version of myself that did not know this yet. The how important that step is
yeah.
to go from feeling like I can't put hope in my future to I actually want better for me is that's huge. That's not just a stepping stone, that's a new chapter that you've entered in.
Yeah.
And the more that we're able to give ourselves like kudos and celebrate that, the more like the next step will appear, and we can actually start getting excited about what's next again, as we maybe even let go of things that were once the next thing we were excited for.
Yeah.
And when we're in that transition place, we don't need the sergeant. We don't need always like that harsh accountability. It always needs somebody in your corner, at least one person, right, to hold you accountable. But you get to be your cheerleader for you.
And hopefully your accountability person is also your cheerleader.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, that would
Hopefully.
be like helpful. That would be helpful.
Well, this
Oh my
has
God.
been so great. I'm so glad that we did this.
Yeah, me too. I am. I need to. It's 8:17. I get my stuff together, go to my hair appointment, and get all beautiful.
I'm just going to take a quick little picture here.
Oh, this thing has been weird landscape. I don't know where I'm supposed to look. Like when I'm looking at you, I feel like it doesn't look like I'm looking at you. Like, does it look like I'm looking at you right now?
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean, I'm
okay.
looking at you.
Because yeah, I see that. I'm looking at you.
Well, there you have it.
But no, because the camera's on the left. You know, when you're on the iPhone, like your camera's on your left, it's
Oh,
not in the
yeah.
top middle. So I was like, I don't know if it looks like, um,
I mean, here's the thing. I probably should have just called you on my phone because I forgot. I thought we can record. I can record on my phone. I just can't.
yeah. That's okay. I think the other thing I want to test out next time is mics.
Yeah.
And I also we can yeah, I also think it might be fun to just upload these on YouTube.
Yeah, I think so too. You said you did have a
Yeah, I have an account and we could even like the shorts, like the reels that you make, we can use for YouTube shorts
yeah.
too. Um, yeah. Could we can even, but I think like where it helps like mics is if someone is watching it on their TV, that way we have like a better
Yeah.
audio. So I need to try. I have to like order like a new one, I think, because I
What
lost
about
that.
the Radiant Rebel mic? I don't know how hard that would be to find, but I know that there should be one that is
There is
in
one
that.
in one of the bins.
So maybe if
But
you get that one and see how that works too, and then I can buy another one for myself.
yeah, I'll have to look for that one. Um, your lighting is good there.
Thanks. It's my little warm glow lamp, and then there's just lots of like light, I think, in the room.
Yeah, it
But
looks
I want to
good.
make this space. I'm so excited. I'm gonna make this space once everything's moved in. I want to get like just like a cute little comfy chair and
Mhm.
kind of make it like an office slash like a cute office, but it'll
Mhm.
be like a loungy chair too, so it'll at least look cool
Yeah,
in videos, but also if you just want to sit in a chair versus like sitting at the desk.
yeah. I was thinking about that too because I can take this whole thing, and I was like, oh, I almost sat on the couch,
Yeah,
but
I
then I
don't
was
like the
like,
background. I got to work on all that stuff. But you know how it is to just move, and it's like I'm just trying to get everything done at this point. And then once I
yeah,
have everything here, and then it's even going to be a little bit because I don't know like how much stuff Steven what that's going to look
yeah,
like. So it's like I don't want to start hanging stuff up on the wall until I know how I want like the furniture and stuff on the room,
yeah,
especially
yeah,
because the walls here are like that lath and plaster, which is so hard to like find a way to hang stuff with that.
yeah,
And like those sticky things, I feel like never seem to work. They work for a little bit, and then you wake up the next morning
yeah.
and your
Some stuff fell on the
picture
ground.
frame is shattered because.
Yeah.
But I should probably stop this recording.
Oh, bye everybody.